In this lesson we're going to take a look at some melodic phrases on the first and second string and how they tie into the previous dynamic phrases. The first phrase we're going to be doing sounds like this. It's quite a bluesy, punchy kind of phrase that gives us options to move on to the first string down here, play some nice melodic phrases. Let's take a look at it slowly. Minibar, first and second string. Play the second string, then the first string, then move position to the 10th fret, second string, and play. An alternative is to play these two notes on the minibar and slide, or simply placing the note. Now, if you prefer not to do melodic phrases around there, but you want to go into some dynamic phrases, we can go like this. Move back to here. Again. Changed it slightly, but you get the idea. Now, some other ones we can look at are, it's a nice one. Again, same concept of a mini bar. We hit the first string this time, then the second, and then we hit the 8th fret and pull off. And if you want, that can be extended to a slide again, or just placing the finger. Some others. Second string, 5th fret, 8, first string, 5th, followed by a quick bend. Some of these can run together. We could go now there I went first, second, pull off, and then instead of the slide I did a bend. So I ran this one, wait a bit, and once again from that bend I can go into the connector and all the dynamic phrases that I feel fit to play. A few more we can look at which are slightly more complicated are a bend here, let go, mini bar, and repeated. Quite bluesy sounding. And another one, again with the bend on the first string, is to bend and go. That's one of my favorites. Here's how it's done. One more time. Now it's quite difficult. Slowed down, we bend. We mute the string with the right hand so we can drop the string down. We hit the 8th fret and pull off. Still got my mini bar in place. One more time. Then I do a bend, a quick bend on the 8th fret, second string. I push it up and follow it through with hitting the first string at the 5th fret. Now, I know I'm doing a mini bar, but I'm only hitting the first string. So I've got, again, drop back, pull off, bend, first string, then we skip the second string, jump over to the 3rd string, do a quick bend up and down, followed by a pull off. We end on that nice chord note there. That particular one works extremely well when chord 4 is being played, going to chord 1, from here to here. So we get a on chord 4, and just as chord 1's coming up, we resolve it here. Now I'll demonstrate this a little later on. But first let's look at a few more while we're here. There's a unison bend. This is heard quite frequently in rock and blues. It's where you place your first finger on the high note of the pentatonic, the key note there, stretch your two fingers apart, little finger out, thumb over the edge, and you strike the second and first string, but you only bend the second string so that when the second string is bent sufficiently up to pitch, it resonates in unison with the first string. And a little easier, but the same idea, is to go to second string, 5th fret, and two fingers here, 7th fret, and back a little bit, and to bend here. Nice if you can do a bit of vibrato as well on it. Adds quite a bit of emphasis when you do a unison bend. Now, back to our minibar. Here's a dynamic lead, which is effective but rather difficult to execute. We keep the minibar down, 5th fret. We start with the 8th fret little finger, hammer on and pull off, back to the 8th fret second string, and then back to the 1st, and then back to the 8th, and then everything starts again. You basically just run these notes together. You might find that very difficult with these two fingers to coordinate like that, but on some of these melodic phrases, you can mix them in. I'd like to demonstrate some of these melodic phrases for you now.